Welcome to another episode, everyone. Whoa, let's watch as this individual, this young dude, thinks he's about to get probation. His lawyer is asking the judge for probation for a convenience store robbery. And the judge hammers this young dude. He's cooked. His mother calls the judge a B. His family erupts in the courtroom, goes crazy because his lawyer is pushing for probation. Watch this. But he doesn't get probation. He gets
Caden Fontanette, Mr. Rojas, it's a sentencing. Good morning. Are you Caden
Yes.
Fontanette? And this is 25 DCCR 1759. Mr. Fontanette was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery. It was an unagreed plea. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor. The state has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections to the report?
Not from the defense. Not from the state, Judge.
And Mr. Coleman, you said you have a witness or some evidence.
Actually, Judge, Mr. Rojas has graciously stipulated to the admission of the surveillance video from the convenience store in question. So
Okay.
I need to call my custodian record. With the court's permission, first of all, I'm offering states one. No, Judge.
Make that states two because this one was the plea admonishment documentation, please.
I'm offering states two. No objection.
States two is admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I think that's all I wish to publish unless the court wants to see the entirety of the video.
But I think that's enough. Any other evidence or witnesses?
So, Judge, just brief argument if I may.
Any other evidence or witnesses for Mr. Rojas?
No, Your Honor, just
Mr. Rojas, you may make argument first.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Judge. And obviously, after seeing that video, it makes what we're asking for harder to do. What we're here asking for this morning, Judge, is probation. Mr. Fontanette, he is a young offender. I know the court is tired of hearing the same story over and over, young guys with guns in here. He's got a limited criminal history. I believe this is his first felony. He's never been on any kind of felony supervision or felony probation. Unfortunately, he's just fallen into the same situation that we see so many other youthful offenders fall into. He's got no direction in life. He's very little support at home. Sees no way out of the situation that he's in, so he goes and decides to rob a store and get some money. Did the wrong thing. And if his story in the PSI is to be believable for what I believe is the right reason, he's trying to help his mom out at home, he's trying to pay some bills, keep the lights on. Certainly, there are better ways to go about doing that. And I hope that the time in jail has taught Mr. Fontanette that. We've got options here, Judge. We can send him to prison or we can put him on probation. Certainly, he's on the road if this conduct continues, he's on the road with prison. I don't know that the day is the best time to make that exit for him. He's got a long life to live. We can send him to prison. He can be there for a few years and come back out. I don't know that he's going to get the help that he really needs in prison. There are programs available on probation that if he's serious about turning his life around, like he says in the PSI, those programs can help him. And if he does take advantage of those, it in turn would make the community a little bit safer. Because there'd be one less guy going around with a gun when he does get out of prison, if that were the road that you chose to take. Plan on living at home with his mom. I think he has some younger siblings there. To his benefit, before he was even arrested, he started a GED. I think on the night that this happened, he had just finished a GED class and made a dumb decision to go hang out with these guys that he should not have been hanging out with, and did this robbery. Again, Judge, you've got two options. You can send him to prison or you can try to get him some help on probation, and hopefully he will take advantage of that. And certainly if he doesn't, we're going to know pretty quick, and you'll have another chance to send him to prison probably for a longer time.
All right. Thank you. What is the status of the other two? Are there co-defendants? Have they been charged?
They have been charged, Judge, and I have both of their cases, Judge.
And they have not been sentenced yet or anything like that? Okay. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah, I'll be brief. Whether it's the Pine Club Apartments or Rogers Park or a Speedy Mart, you've seen this, and we've seen this in this community all too often. I'm preaching to the choir, Judge. Prayer vigils and advisory committees, all of that stuff's fine, but you, Judge, are where the rubber meets the road. You are that person that can protect the community from somebody like this defendant. You are that person that can either let him walk out of this courtroom on probation with a piece of paper with conditions and promises that he won't resort to this kind of violence that you saw on that video, or you can ensure that the community is safe by putting him behind steel bars, concrete wall, and razor wire fence. I'm just asking. I'm not in the habit of begging, but on behalf of this community, I'm begging that you send this defendant to prison. The message that needs to be sent to this defendant and his circle of friends and anybody who would want to be like this defendant is that if you pick up a gun with the intent to commit violence, you're going to pick up a 15, 20, 25-year prison sentence, Judge. And I'm just asking that you do this on behalf of people who live at the Pine Club apartments, who just want to live in peace, people who want to go take a walk at Rogers Park and not be robbed, and somebody that wants to stop at a Speedy Mart convenience store and pick up some snacks without becoming a victim of a robbery. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. So
I don't know. I didn't see it that far. I only saw his lawyer speaking for him. I didn't see it this far, but I just saw the headline that he about to get cooked, that his mother and them start spazzing out. We're about to see, but what do you all think so far? Haven't heard what you heard. It's hard because we haven't seen the video. Obviously, they've seen the video. Apparently, or perhaps the video is somewhat graphic or something. I don't know. They didn't show it to us, but they just seen it right before his lawyer started speaking for him. That's why he said, after watching that video, I know it's hard for me to ask for probation or whatever. So whatever that video shows, apparently he had a weapon and there was a robbery at some store, some convenience store or what have you, with two other individuals. He got his GED, that same day, graduated, with his GED or what have you. I don't know, went out to celebrate with a robbery and a weapon. And as we just heard, lawyer asking for probation, saying that, doesn't have much guidance at home. He was trying to keep the lights on at home. He knows that what he did was wrong, etc. And then the prosecutor just said what he said. What do you all think so far is what I'm curious to know. Just knowing what you know. He looks young, pretty young. 18, 19. But, his posture, I don't know how repentant he is. Sitting there, you got to be looking a little nervous, put some tears in your eyes or something. You're in front of the judge that's about to determine your life for the foreseeable future. Yeah, you're going to have to break down a little bit. You can't be in there all tough, man. You're going to get hammered like that. Let's see.
Mr. Fontenette, there was a time some years ago that there really wasn't even a question. State's attorneys were recommending youthful offenders, probation. Let's give everybody an opportunity. And things have just changed in such an incredibly dangerous way with young people doing what I just saw you do on that screen. I cannot imagine the fear that person had that was working in that store, that he now has, just trying to go to work, make a living, and go home. And he has 3 people come in and not just grab a little quick something and run out, but terrorize him for quite some time. Pulling him around, yanking him around, putting guns in his face, all 3 of you. I also, in addition to the PSI, get jail incident reports. And you apparently like to fight and jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So it makes it very difficult for me to go, oh, this is somebody that's going to get out and behave, who can follow the rules, because you can't even follow the rules in jail. And the pre-sentence report shows that you're a high risk level, which tells me that after they've looked at everything, that you don't have, unfortunately, a good likelihood of being successful if I were to put you on probation. And Mr. Coleman's right. We're tired of it. And There's got to be something done. So in cause number 25, DCCR 1759, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, I'm going to find you guilty of aggravated robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division.
Come on, Mom. Here.
I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification. This was not an agreement. You have some rights to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm.
Wow. He looking, it's hitting him now a little bit. It hasn't hit him yet. It hit his mother right away. You heard that B word back there. Security had to get them out of there. Had to rush them out. They tripping. Apparently, they thought he was about to get probation too, or something along those lines. You know, maybe 5 years. Hell, even the prosecutor said 15 years, 15, 20, 25, Your Honor. You know, he thinking 15. And that might be a lot. I don't know. 25 seems like a lot, man. Consider, I didn't see the video. We haven't seen the video, unless some of you have seen it somewhere, but I haven't seen the video. The judge just described what she's seen in the video, which is him and two of his guys with weapons terrorizing the store clerk. She said putting a weapon in his face, grabbing him, pulling him, pushing him around, terrorizing him for some time. So it wasn't just, give me your stuff and ran up out of there. They was in there just acting crazy or what have you. And then, of course, she went to his demeanor, if you will, in jail, that he had multiple jail fights or whatever. And if you can't follow the rules in jail, you can't follow the rules on the street. I don't know. That's a tough one because in jail, sometimes you don't do anything, but you still have to. It's jail. It's politics. Even if you don't gang bang or whatever, you still have to get out to defend yourself. But I don't know that that's the case with him. She said that he's constantly fighting and that he likes to jump people. So like him and his crew in there jumping people or whatever. That's different than I'm in there minding my business and I just have to defend myself. I don't know, man. But she hit him 25 years. She hammered him because it's a little surprising only because his lawyer just said that he has no criminal history other than some little minor stuff he said and one felony or one minor, the way he described the one felony was like happened some time ago and there was nothing almost. No lengthy, strong, violent criminal history at all, apparently, and still got hit with 25. That's more time than how old he is. And the judge said, yeah, you're right, we are tired of it. And that's it. And then just hammered him. So they tired of these young people running around with these weapons, putting them in people's faces. And that's what the prosecutor was saying, that we have to send a message, Judge, and you have the power to send a message to these young dudes that if you do this, someone who's just trying to go to the convenience store and get a snack and you putting guns in their face, we got something for you. A quarter piece. 25. Whoa. I have a good mind to go into this whole other little thing about this court system and why she may have done this. And I don't want to make it a racial thing. These young dudes are out here wilding out, bro. The law though is tricky. I won't get into that. You have to be careful what you're out here doing. Once you put your life in someone else's hands, then you can't control what happens. So regardless of why she did it, and I don't know exactly why she did it. I don't know. It's easy to go to racism. You know what I mean? That's the easy way out. It could be that though. Because if little Jimmy was sitting in there with little freckle-faced Jimmy with no prior record, and the lawyer was saying he just happened to try to keep the lights on and feed his family, he made a stupid mistake, Your Honor, he'll never do it again. I don't know that she would have gave him probation, but I also don't know that she'd have gave him little Jimmy 25 years. But I could be wrong. Maybe she is just sick of this stuff, sick of the community being sick of this stuff, and says she took the cue from the prosecutor, you know what, it is on me to stop this stuff, to stop this madness going on in these streets. I don't know, man. You young dudes, get it together, stop running around with these pistols, putting them in people's faces, robbing them for a little change. It's not worth your life. It's not worth 25 years in prison. You go to jail, you go to prison, you may not make it out. Who's to say you're going to make it out after 20 years, 25 years? Of course, he's not subject to do the entire 25 years, but a great portion of it. And he's already getting into fights and getting into violence there in the jail, and it possibly will continue there in prison, catching more time. Just a rough life ahead, ahead of him right now that he did not think of when he picked up that weapon, that he did not think of the night that he got his GED, hooked up with his two boys, and went to this convenience store and did some stuff that's on camera. All of these stores have cameras. These dudes don't know what they're doing. You done did some stuff to where the whole world can see it, to where the judge who is sentencing you can see exactly what you did. They don't just have to take the witness's word, the victim's word, the police's word. They see it. You put it all on camera. I guess he didn't beat the individual, but whatever. Terrorized them as the judge characterized it, terrorized him for an extensive amount of time. All of the individuals had weapons, putting it in this dude's face. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about any questions you have about that. I am making an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. Mr. Fontenette, I understand that this is harsh, and I know you believe this is harsh, but I think this is necessary. I hope that you go and you make things right. You can get out of prison. You're still going to be young, and you can make your life better. That's going to be up to you, okay? You can go back with the bailiff. Wow.
That's it, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm not going to go on and on about this. I'm not here to litigate the case. I didn't even see what happened. They did. He was charged. Obviously, she was within the law, her jurisdiction sentencing him to 25 years. That was probably the max. It's a robbery. It's not a murder. People have got less time for murders. Seriously. They have. And I read the comments of that video, and they were, where was the family's outrage when they raised this thug? Great. A judge finally is not scared to apply the law and sentence these thugs to a long time in prison. Good. Getting this bum off the street. You know, I can imagine who was watching this and where those comments were coming from. Nevertheless, this is what it is, and this is how they feel. This is how they're going to feel about it. Once they get their hands on you, you're done. You're no longer in control. You're no longer this big gangster, this tough guy that's calling all the shots with your gun, bullying people around. They're going to bully you now once they get you in that courtroom. Your mother can be in there supporting you and cry all she wants and cry out and call the judge all the names she wants, and they just going to walk her out of there like they just did and continue on sentencing you to 25 years. The judge didn't blink an eye. She didn't say, get her out of here, remove her. She just sat there and looked. They went and got the mother out, and the judge just continued on what to do. Like, they didn't mention what just happened, didn't say nothing. Just continued on. So, yeah, Mr. Fontenay, look, 25 years. I mean, that focused. You're done. You're cooked. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who cries out. I'm about to whoop you upside the head for a big portion of your life. A big portion. How long do we have to live? It took 25 years of his life. Or you can say he took 25 years of his life with that decision that he made. Wild work. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people. Stay free, stay free, stay free, people. Because once you're not free, once they get their hands on you, you're done. You don't have control anymore. You can cry. You can be tough. Your wife can cry. Your kids can cry. Your mother can cry. Everyone can be mad at the system. Everyone can cry. Racism. It's not going to change the 25-year sentence. Stay safe and stay free.